What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and everybody knows that this is the number one Brie Larson / Captain Marvel fan channel. Now, don't think I've made a video about her in quite some time because most everything's been status quo. All the news out there has been relatively benign. She's getting in shape for her new wonderful role in Captain Marvel 2. Oops! Not Captain Marvel 2, sorry, The Marvels. And I've got even worse news. We've already seen Disney take the wonderful, beautiful, stunning, brave, strong, independent women who don't need no man, Brie Larson. We've seen them lose faith in real time, essentially, in what Brie can do. Brie can bring to the box office with no real reason. Captain Marvel made $1 billion. $1 billion. Now, haters will say it's because Disney marketed it as required reading for Endgame and that the world was so thirsty for Endgame they were going to watch anything with any information possible. That's just what the haters say. Captain Marvel 2 The Marvels will certainly make probably $2 or maybe even $4 billion since the original Captain Marvel made over $1 billion, and everybody loves this character and the actress that plays her. I could only expect it to do even better when we look what's happening in the DC universe. We see them essentially replacing Batman and Superman with Batgirl and Supergirl. The DCEU is a thing now. This is on January 1st. It's been 2022 for only a few hours, and the year's biggest rumors are already spreading across the internet. According to the usual scooper crowd, some more reliable than others, it's being said that the events of The Flash next year, the movie, will reset the DC extended universe, allowing Warner Brothers to build the cinematic franchise from the ground up once again. To be exact, the dominant rumor says the events of those movies directed by Zack Snyder will be decanonized, largely removing the existing team-up films of the DCEU. Those films include Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Justice League. Furthermore, the new Justice League is rumored to feature characters popping up throughout Warner's 2022 features, along with Ezra Miller's Barry Allen the Flash, Batgirl, Leslie Grace, and Supergirl are expected to serve as the foundation for the classic DC Comics team. Zachary Levi's Shazam is also rumored to be a member of the team. Now, let me be very clear. This is a purposeful pivoting away from male superheroes leading teams and being at the forefront and bringing in females. Now, maybe it'll work. Maybe. I don't have any inherent problem with Supergirl or Batgirl, but what's interesting to me, I mean, at least with Supergirl, these were not extremely popular. These were not extremely popular. Now, Supergirl did run on the CW for several years. Now, and it was Batwoman, not Batgirl, but Batwoman was terrible. Nobody liked it. It was downhill from Jump Street. But arguably, you know, there's nothing inherently wrong with these characters. There's just really poor writing and really just low budget kind of cheekiness that doesn't really work for me. Now, I'm sure that the CW would tell me that Supergirl and Batwoman weren't for me anyway. So who would be surprised that now again, what I don't understand why you can't just have Supergirl and Batgirl in movies. Why you feel like you have to say, "Oh no, we're replacing Batman and Superman." First of all, the DC EU doesn't want Superman. I wish someone else could buy the license and give us good Superman movies, since they refuse. They gave us Shazam, which is a guy with essentially the same superpowers. And they have, like, you know, what, 10 years now? We've been waiting for anything with Superman. They refuse to do it. And I believe there's a reason why. So they don't want another stupid, boring, run-of-the-mill white male superhero. Nothing's wrong with Superman. Sell the license. Why do you feel like you have to replace him with Supergirl? Why can't they just coexist? I mean, I don't get it. You have this Natalie Portman's Thor will be the center of Love and Thunder. Okay, fine. I'm sure that they'll make Thor like a goof, a dummy, who's constantly having to get saved by the smarter, more elegant Natalie Portman, or Jane Foster will be her character as far as I know, as far as everything we know. Thor will just become like Homer Simpson. That's how they do this. They don't actually bring up women. The way they bring women up in a lot of these films is by bringing men down. Just pathetic. Then we get to the horrible news for Brie Larson. Now, this is via a rumor site, okay? Cosmic Book News isn't exactly the very first place I would go for information. I'm not saying it's, untrustworthy, but it's a rumor site. They've been right in the past, though. Captain Marvel 2, not about Brie Larson. Further information is made to be known about Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels, where the flick is said not to be about Brie Larson's character, Carol Danvers. Recall how rumors have offered that Disney lost confidence in Brie Larson, and that we can add to that Kevin Feige dumped the writing and directing team of the billion-dollar hit Captain Marvel and decided against using Captain Marvel in the sequel title, which suggests some kind of trouble. That was bizarre that they went out of their way to fire the existing writers after the movie did $1 billion. I mean, that's no small amount of money. 1.1 billion with a B dollars. And then they handed it to Nia DaCosta, who's done exactly, 2 films. The Candyman sequel, which was below average, and then some small scale film. But she's a strong woman of color, which is obviously very important for Disney. And I honestly believe these directors, maybe somebody with more insider information could probably, tell me more about it. But I believe that these directors probably aren't doing that much. They're just probably not doing that much in terms of like the day-to-day directing, because they just bring in anybody and then they're like, oh, this one's directed by a woman. Pay us monies. Regarding the Marvels not being about Brie Larson's Captain Marvel character, which is the obvious title change, suggesting that Variety actually goes so far as to say as Miss Marvel will co-headline the movie, adding it will be a small-scale female team-up adventure. Now, what's interesting is I went and saw Spider-Man, No Way Home or Far From Home, or whatever it was called, this weekend. Very good film. Handled the multiverse well, and if anything, all it did was remind me of how much I think Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man. But that's neither here nor there. I think Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland are fine too, but Tobey was the best. Anyway, there is at the end screen, I won't spoil the movie, although all of you have probably seen it. One of the end trailers had a flash, a cut. It was a trailer for Doctor Strange, if I remember correctly. And there was like a cut, and you could see America Chavez. And there was one girl in the theater. I don't know how old she was, young, I assume. But she screamed out, America Chavez! And I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. Now, the other 99% of the theater didn't say anything. But clearly, Marvel is pushing, these female characters. But I don't know why. I don't really have any idea why they would lose faith in Brie Larson. Imagine if the sequels to Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, or Spider-Man didn't use the respective character names. That's a pretty big deal, and it's telling that Disney hasn't been happy with the reception of Brie Larson in the MCU, which is evident by the fact Carol somehow grew her hair back in the Shang-Chi post-credit scene from her butch cut in Avengers Endgame. That was bad. But again, that's not fair. That's like a criticism that only female actresses probably would face. But her haircut just didn't look good. It's also thought that Brie Larson has been attempting to repair her image. Rumors have offered that Brie didn't get along with Avengers co-stars, and it's been put forth that Feige ended the Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow to make room for Captain Marvel. However, again, things seem to have changed, as Kevin Feige has since changed his tune about Captain Marvel in the MCU, and is presently all about Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch. We also see another rumor that has new image seemingly confirms Tessa Thompson, which we knew would be in there, and Lashana Lynch in the Marvels. This on top of bringing in Miss Marvel. This is I think, a backdoor way to get that all-female Avengers. That's essentially what is happening. You could see these headshots. Not a single man up there. All women. One, two. This could be a man here. That's a woman. One woman. I mean, good. If women are going to support the MCU, we're going to find out when the Marvels drops. It's going to be interesting. And too bad we've got to wait, another year? My channel will probably be done and dusted by then. But I don't like them taking the spotlight away from my Queen Brie Larson. It's not fair. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.